What's up, YouTube? Long time no see. Here, one second. Let me shut this thing off. You know, it's funny. This whole Sean Noss commercial driver thing at the bottom, I couldn't get it to be any smaller. I'm like, that thing's huge. I don't look like no Fox News reporter. But at any rate, here, let me hydrate. So I literally just got done doing the last video y'all saw. Wanted to break the time up because hearing people like me talk, it's annoying. But if y'all don't notice, I got a nasally voice. It's not a medical condition, it's just reality. But at any rate, so let's talk about Werner Orientation. Okay. This is the hat you get from Roadmaster. All right, it's an official Werner hat. I think I should have left the cardboard in it because I don't know what's going on. But my head ain't shaped right. And it does this, like, you know, Huckleberry Finn playing baseball thing. I got to get my shoes off. It's been a long day in this hotel room. All right. Ooh. So, orientation. I think orientation happens generally the same way across the lower 48s for Werner. But each terminal's different. And if you've been doing your research or looked at anything, you see like Dallas terminal, and I think there's one for Pennsylvania, terminal in Pennsylvania if I'm right. But there's nothing for Loredo. And so that's my home terminal. I'm getting into the TCU account, which is temperature controlled unit, or temperature controlled unit. So basically, from what I understand, and I may get this wrong, for anybody who does know, forgive me. Laredo's my home terminal. Okay. This is where my dispatch team is. This is where my fleet manager is going to be. And I'm going to just tell you up front, I can't be more proud of being a part of the Loredo team. The safety team. The safety team, they are the backbone. It seems like they are the backbone of the terminal. They're the backbone of... I guess every team's a backbone to a certain extent, but from what I've seen so far, in the very little time I've had, the safety team is the backbone to the operation. Without safety, the industry can't, stay safe and exist. So that is who receives us for orientation. That is who does the orientation. So let me just go ahead and start with my rival. In Loredo, there's a motel, hotel, Holiday Inn. I'm just kidding. Sure Stay. It's called Sure Stay. And when I pulled up, y'all, I'm in the hotel right now, but when I pulled up, I was like, what the hell is this? From the outside, it looked ghetto. Okay? Fucking ghetto. But that was just from the perception of my angle. And, but then, my heart palpitated. Then I walk inside and greeted by great people behind the desk. You have to sign in on the clipboard every day. And then I go to open my door. Well, I tell you what, that outside will fool you. The inside, very good. I'm very comfortable. I've been here for a week. If I was here for another week, I'd be good to go. But at any rate, so lodging, don't be concerned, okay? Werner takes care of it, and it's comfortable. I'm very comfortable. Now, it may be different by the time you see this video. Things change all the time. But if you have a roommate, if you allow a roommate to occur, Werner will provide you a $75 gift card, or not gift card, but credit to the store to the Werner store to buy stuff for your truck or hats or whatever. So, and that's online. There's no store in the terminals anymore, from my understanding. So, at any rate, in process to hotel, you got a rental car in possession, typically when you arrive, if you didn't arrive by bus. And that will be taken care of on day one of orientation. You'll take the car to orientation, which is off of exit 13. You get off at 35 at exit 13, heading north, and hang a right, go down until you see Werner on the right. But at any rate, so the rental car will get turned in by lunchtime, and the amazing safety team will assist you in making that happen. So there's 3 days. 3 days, can be more, all dependent on your class, but there's 3 days of in processing. Let me get some facts. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, so I've actually got the details here. The pamphlet, the Werner experience. So, yeah, safety team's amazing. So day one, you go through Welcome to Werner. On day one, you'll meet the terminal manager. Eddie's awesome. And you'll also learn about the driver portal and all of the apps that Werner uses. Okay, everything is done electronically with Werner, which makes it very easy. Talk physicals. Okay, one stipulation out there is everybody's made to believe you're going to get your physical again. No. So there's two forms when you go to get in this industry and you get a DOT exam. There's a long form, then there's your actual medical card. Be sure, if you're coming to Werner, and I would imagine with other carriers as well, you want to carry the long form with you. If you have your long form and you have your medical card, Werner, most likely, if the physician doesn't see anything that concerns him or her, they will go ahead and allow that exam to continue, until expiration. But there's been a few folks, if you're overweight and your DOT examiner from your home didn't talk CPAP with you or any type of sleep study, there's a likelihood that the medical team who assists Werner will be interested in sleep study. So keep that in mind. So anything can happen, but my experience, I didn't have to go get a medical exam again. Drug screening, urine and hair follicle tests again. And I shouldn't have to study for it. If you do, you might as well just stay home. It's a zero tolerance, just like any major corporation and even small businesses. Zero tolerance. I mean, I am. I'm going to spend 2 minutes on this. If anybody's one of those folks who are going to hop in a semi truck, high or drunk, you've got to be out of your mind. So I'll say that. And one thing I'm really proud about Werner is they do hair follicle tests. Not even the military does that. So that will pick up anything 90 days and potentially greater, So hope you don't have to study for that. If you do, you got issues. There would be a lot of electronic application paperwork, and your recruiter will introduce you to that before you come. Pay, pre-trip inspection, benefits, map reading, e-trainer lab. Then day 2, and these are goals, okay? So sometimes things happen with the safety team that they're forced to be distracted for a moment because they are safety, but it'll all be covered. It may not be consecutively. You talk about pre-pass, trip planning, trip envelopes. Get to do a simulator. If you haven't driven American Truck Simulator or played computer games and stuff like that, good luck. You're probably going to get nauseous. But for all of us nerds, you won't have to worry about nauseous. But they put you through a few situations and see where you stand. And from my understanding, Werner puts you in that simulator once a year. Okay, it's a good thing. It's nothing to be nervous about. They talk about accident prevention, theft prevention, and a lot of this stuff is in e-trainers. You'll then do truck training, coupling and uncoupling, backing, behind the wheel. Depending on where the class sits and experience is how long they will spend on each of those items. Especially, coming from Roadmaster, our class had touched all of this stuff. I had no issues with backing. Behind the wheel was good. I was good to go. And then, if necessary, they'll give you additional days of truck training. Okay. So don't think if you come in on a Wednesday, you're out by Friday. That's not the case. If you're needed to be here on Saturday, you'll be here on Saturday. The safety team is available on Saturdays until noon. But yeah, so that's my experience so far. And then I've been staying here in the hotel. Let's see, today is Friday. Last Friday I was released from orientation. So a single week, just like I've seen on other orientation videos, nobody here at this terminal has sat longer than a week while I was here. Okay. Doesn't mean it hasn't happened, or it can, because the terminals are relying on leaders who are trainers to be available, not relying on them, but hoping they're available by the time you move on. But yeah, and here comes my recruiting video. There has not been a single person who's been a part of Werner that has been nothing but kind and amazing and funny and just, oh my gosh, it's like being in the military all over again. A brothers and sisters in arms, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited, it humbles me because of the the slight challenges I had with when I was in Goodwill. Being a leader in the corporate world, no, I had to get out of that. I did it for 4 years, and my values, it's either, and I'll only take a few more minutes of your time, but you guys, all of us have been through it. You've got leaders who say what you want to hear and then turn around behind your back and do something completely different that's in the well-being of them or in the well-being of their leaders or other leaders within the company. I would call that a clique. So I was in a situation to where I really thought I was a part of a true, genuine thing. I knew beforehand there was something, but I just didn't know what. And as a manager, leading on my shift, if I recall, about 80 amazing people, 85 amazing people. I loved it, each and every one of them individually. And my values at the age of 43, 42, 41, and this year, it wasn't about me gaining a greater position. I wanted it, but I wasn't going to do anything to compromise any of them in order to get there. I learned very quickly when a particular manager came over who it crushed me because I looked up to this individual, and I began to pick out very quickly at that level that people got places in that company if they were a part of a leadership clique. Were willing to, yes sir, I will do, yes sir, regardless of what the team members. Oh God, it's just, I don't even want to talk about it. It's so disgusting. It gave me such a bad taste that I told myself I would never put myself in a situation to get hurt again. And what hurt me was not being able to fight for my folks. And there's a little bit more to the story. I had a supervisor that compromised himself, and I had no idea. Literally, no idea. Still love the guy. But the way the leadership team treated me was as though I knew the whole time. And I won't get into details because it's none of anybody's business of what this individual did. But yeah, that turned me off. When you send someone home on administrative leave, and as a fellow leader who's not a part of your clique, treat as though they've done something criminally. Yeah, that was disgusting. So things happen for a reason, though. Here I am. And once again, resiliency allows you to overcome, put you in a better place. There's even more life lessons for me to help others with. So, yeah. All right. I won't ramble on anymore. I don't even know if you're still with me. But if you are, these videos are going to become fun. And like I said, I may not be able to get into this out on the road with my trainer. You may find me in a toilet somewhere trying to reach out to y'all and give you guys some information. If that's the case, whatever you do, you got to stay quiet because the person in the next stall may be studying something. But with that said, I'm off to my career, and I'll see you guys on the flip side, give you some intel. And we won't be too many videos away before old Sarge hops in that truck with me. God bless. Peace. I'll see you on the flip side.